We're back again. Hello.
Hello.
I'm still at death's door.
He's always at death's door.
The hospital didn't do much, so now we're trying to catch a plane out of America to a country with good healthcare.
Preferably Cuba.
Yes, God bless those commie lovelies.
Good old Castro.
He was a good.
Mm. Anything.
Apologies for the burping. It's a symptom of my illness.
You've got terrible, terrible gas.
Oh, I have been terribly windy.
Windier than a New York Christmas.
Absolutely. Okie dokie, picking a pokey.
Ooh, Morrifol.
Well, this is what you always do in this particular. Oh fuck! That didn't work.
No.
That was a fuck up.
Did the opposite of working.
Yeah.
Right then. I think you've got them all.
No, you've got. I use them all.
Wow.
Well, why the hell not? I can't bring them with me, can I?
No. Just the sheer number of them.
Yeah, there is an awful lot.
Right.
So, Merry Christmas.
And we've still got
What?
we've still got a while yet.
Happy Christmas.
I mean, we'll be recording between now and Christmas.
Yes, you will hear from us again. We'll have a special Christmas Day episode where hopefully I won't want to die.
Are we doing a festive thing for that?
Oh, I don't know. We could do festive topics, I suppose.
Yeah, that's true. Although to be fair, I kind of fucked up that with the timing on that particular, the last connections that we did.
Who cares? We'll figure something out. I don't think enough
Well,
people are invested in these videos, truth be told.
oh, God, it took you out of the way. Yeah, I think you're quite right. Not enough people are invested in this, which means you reading this, sorry, watching this, get invested. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Help! There we go. Ba-da-ba.
So, last time we did a collections game, speaking of collections,
Yes,
and I believe you have another one for us, Jordan.
that is correct. So, as I mentioned before, there's quite a lot of names on this list.
Yes.
64 of them, to
Ooh.
be precise. And I will have to cross them off as we go through them so that I don't accidentally repeat them.
Okay.
Um, so I have my pen, I have my list.
Okay.
Oh, shit. So we'll start off with. Oh shit! That spitter just came out of nowhere. We'll start off with Elvis Presley
Okay.
and Charles de Gaulle.
Well, Charles de Gaulle was president of France, rejected Britain's entry into the EU. Elvis Presley was a huge country star, and allegedly died in the toilet, but I don't think that's true. I think that's a misnomer. Elvis Presley did a lot of drugs. Did Charles de Gaulle, was he off his face all the time?
I think he was around in the 60s, wasn't he? So probably.
Well, he was a Frenchman. You know what they're bloody like, don't you? Bloody French.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, no. Next, please.
One sec. I've got a mouthful of jerky.
You and your jerky.
Mm.
Okay. Well, whenever you're ready.
Liberace.
Okay. Liberace, famous musician, closeted gay, very obviously gay, sued a gossip columnist for saying he was gay, but was very obviously gay. Had a biopic made about him. Is that is it something to do with biopics that have been made about these people?
No.
Uh,
And Malcolm X.
okay, Malcolm X assassinated civil rights leader. Um,
Militant civil rights.
yes, militant civil rights. The other side of the coin to Dr. King. No, I'm going to need another couple, please.
Okay. Marilyn Monroe. Albert Einstein. And John Glenn.
Is it that the CIA... Is John Glenn still alive?
I don't know.
Right. Because I was going to guess, is it that the CIA have been implicated in the deaths of all these people?
Imagine if the CIA had been implicated in the death of former president of France. That'd be an interesting.
They did try, I'm sure they tried.
Well, if it helps,
they were booked by the CIA, they met presidents. Elvis met Nixon.
Interestingly, oh, hang on, I've got company. One sec. Un momento, por favor. Interestingly, Fidel Castro is also on this list, and obviously they tried a lot of times to kill him.
Yes, they did, and he beat him.
Yeah.
Outlived them all, did old Fidel.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck! I fell a long way there.
But yes.
Got some more names?
Yes, please.
Okay, so you've got Khrushchev. That's Nikita Khrushchev.
Yes, Russian premier.
And Brigitte Bardot.
Oh.
Who I only said then because I accidentally crossed her off when I went to cross off Khrushchev.
I have no idea, but we're getting a lot of people from the same period. Is it relevant to the time period in which they lived?
Yeah, I'd say so.
So we're looking at Cold War era. Were they all are they all people who are suggested to still be alive?
No.
It doesn't really have anything to do with the time period in which they lived, but Elvis and Marilyn Monroe. So. Were they all Time Person of the Year?
No.
Okay, I'm going to need another one.
Okay, we've got Ernest Hemingway.
Okay, writer shot himself.
And Joe McCarthy.
Joe McCarthy. That was the communist witch trials, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Joe McCarthy.
That's the ticket.
If I shoot her,
witch now. Oh, she leaped!
You're on your own, suckers.
She is coming for you.
Not anymore, she ain't. Okay, so Joe McCarthy. I haven't got a clue. Can I have a clue?
Well, I mean, you can have another 50 odd names if you want.
Yeah, throw a couple more out, but I don't know whether it'll help.
Pope Paul VI.
Was he the one who was allegedly assassinated?
I don't know.
Ties with the mafia. Ties with organised crime. Is that?
Oh, is that the clue? Is that the connection you think?
I'm guessing with that, yeah.
No, that's not it either. There's also Walter Winchell.
Walter Winchell was a CBS journalist, I think.
I think so, yeah.
And what is that? Walter Cronkite. I think they both might have been. Oh, another one, please.
He was a radio and newspaper journalist. Okay, so another one. We've also got Bob Dylan and Richard Nixon.
Well, Nixon resigns in shame. Watergate scandal. Beat his wife. These all wife beaters or husband beaters. Spousal abuse. Is that the connection?
No.
Okay. Bob Dylan allegedly got up to some shady shit with someone who was a little too young. Allegedly.
I got some flack recently as well, actually, for having been using a machine to type stuff because to write his signature because he'd had vertigo.
Right.
Issued a personal apology for it and all that jazz.
Well,
Not relevant, just an interesting thing about him.
enemies of the Kennedys.
No.
Does it have anything to do with the Kennedys?
Well, JFK is on the list.
Conspiracies.
No.
This is one of those lists where there's an awful lot of connections that could be thrown out there.
There is. There is one thing that links all of these people.
Okay.
There might be more than one thing, but there's one thing in particular that definitely links all of these people.
Okay, give us some more then.
Davy Crockett.
Davy Crockett sang with the Monkees, I think.
That was Davy Jones.
Who was David? Oh, David Crockett. I'm so sick. I'm so sorry. David Crockett was the Alamo.
That's the one.
I'm so out of it.
Yes. And Jack Kerouac.
Jack Kerouac was a writer.
Mm-hmm.
We had a lecturer who was obsessed with him at university.
Is he any good? Was it him who did On the Road or whatever it is?
Yeah. Was Jack Kerouac the one who shot his wife? Shitting Nora. Well, bye.
No, you're still. Oh, you can still be safe.
Well, Lewis isn't.
There's a desk in between me and the tank.
Nobel Prizes.
Oh shit. Nope, that's not it. Got some more?
It's a very era-specific list, isn't it?
It is. Would you like some more?
All allies of the civil rights movement to varying degrees.
I doubt that. I don't think Joe McCarthy would have been, would he?
Oh god, no. I forgot he was on the list. No, he wasn't.
I'll give you some more because there's plenty left.
Okay.
You've got Queen Elizabeth II
Well,
and James Dean. That is James Dean the actor, not James Dean the modern day porn star.
right. I can think of quite a few connections between him and former Queen Elizabeth II. But
Which one?
Elizabeth II.
No. Who's the him? Is it which James Dean? The porn star or
the porn star? I was making a little joke.
I thought I wasn't sure if you were making the joke or if I was making the joke at your expense.
Well, we both did. Well, James Dean died in a car accident.
Yes, they're like 23 or something. No, 27. It was the curse of the 27-year-old.
Well, Queen Elizabeth did not die at 27.
No, she did not.
Are they all... See, conspiracies keep shouting out at me. Car crashes.
Nope.
Do they all kill Princess Diana?
That'd be a turnaround. Somehow, right at this exact moment in time, I've discovered the truth.
Yes, and this is the way you're choosing
I've
to
revealed it
share
to the
it.
world.
Ammo. I've already got...
If you see an ammo, let me know.
Oh, okay. I just picked up a new gun.
Yeah.
Um...
Well, I like this one. Want some more?
Yeah.
You've got Ethel and Julius Rosenberg.
Well, they were famously traitors. Executed for treason in... Oh, I don't know whether they call it treason in America, but they were executed for being Soviet spies. Are they all connected with Soviet spies?
No. That's fine. And we've also got Rockefeller.
Which one?
Good question.
Hang on.
The big one.
I know the answer.
What's the answer?
They're all people mentioned in We Didn't Start the Fire.
There we go.
Yes.
That is exactly it.
Yes. No wonder they were so specific.
That was a question I didn't entirely know how to answer because they're not necessarily because of them. Just something happened to them in that era, didn't it?
They were, yes, but it's not why they're on. Well, I suppose it is why they're in the song, isn't it? Really.
Yeah. I was looking forward to when I got to JFK again, and the 2 entries for the second entry for Richard Nixon. But yeah, I was trying to pick. I mean, there's a lot of people here that you mentioned. I literally went down my list.
Yeah, Eisenhower, James Deaning's got a new queen. Hypodermics on the shore. China's under martial law. Bernie Goetz, the subway vigilante.
Yep, that's him. Birth control, Ho Chi Minh, Richard Nixon back again. No, Richard Nixon's the last person to get mentioned actually.
Oh, good for him.
There's no one after Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
Richard Nixon.
I'm not a crook. That's what he sounded like.
I can't go to prison, Monty.
You've got to help me, Jerry. You're my only hope. I wouldn't survive with cheeks like mine. Jowly men don't do well in prison, Jerry.
Oh, it's true. Anywho, yeah, that was the one. I feel like that was quite a good one. I'm pleased you got it.
Yes.
And when you mentioned the song earlier, I
did think. I thought, God, this is terrible. This is the shit one that he's come up with. There's so many connections, and he's telling me all of them are wrong. And I thought, these are not wrong, sir. I've come up with about 5 that would be good answers, but no, that was a good one. Thank you very much for that. That was a little treat.
You're very welcome.
Maybe I'll come up with one for the next one, because in hindsight, perhaps we should have spaced this out a bit more. But I'll see what I can.
I mean, I've still got half the list here I could go through, and we could have a talk about these people if you want.
Sure, why not?
Okay, well, we've got the Beatles.
Yes, famously a foursome.
I wasn't sure whether to write them down as the Beatles or to name them all individually as. But because
put them as the Beatles.
They say Beatlemania in the song.
Yeah, so put them down as the Beatles.
That's what I did.
But it would have been a bit cheap, but understandable if you'd done that.
Yeah. Obviously, JFK and Richard Nixon get a second mention.
Yeah.
So we'll cross them after. Ho Chi Minh.
Ho Chi Minh, yes, Vietnamese leader.
Yep, who survived an assassination attempt, I believe.
Yes, more conspiracies, more CIA shit.
Yeah, absolutely. Would have been
enemies of JFK. You know, there's quite a lot here.
JFK was on the list, so I mean, was he his own biggest enemy?
Well, yeah, he was. He was put about, wasn't he?
So what does Queen Elizabeth II have against JFK? I wonder. Or what did she have against JFK?
Well, there is a scene in The Crown where he fucks up the formalities because he just doesn't care. I suppose if you were being very, very charitable, you could argue that, but I wouldn't be inclined to do so.
Well, it depends how accurate a scene that is.
Probably not very.
I wouldn't know. I don't watch the show. I don't care to.
Alright, who else is on there?
Joseph Stalin, who I nearly mentioned when you were talking about Soviet spies.
Uncle Joe, yeah.
Yeah. And Marlon Brando.
Yes.
Obviously the famous...
You know, Marlon Brando hated acting. He hated it.
I didn't know that. Why would he do it if he hated it?
Because he was so great at it, but he hated it because he was so brilliant. He didn't have to put any effort in, and everybody was applauding him, and he just thought, "This is so fucking hollow. I'm so good at this. There is no point in applauding me. This is just." It really pissed him off.
And everyone had to. His eyesight went. He couldn't be able to learn it.
Well, it wasn't that his eyesight went. It was just that he genuinely could not give a shit.
Wow.
But he was still brilliant. Nobody minded doing it for him because.
Anything to work with Uncle Marlon.
Yes, Marlon Brando on a bad day is still Marlon Brando. So, yeah.
I said Uncle Marlon, and then I suddenly started thinking about the Dingles.
The Dingles?
The Dingles. Isn't there a Marlon Dingle?
Oh, yes. Off of the Emmerdale. Yes, off of Emmerdale.
Anyway, we've got...
You know all the Dingles... There's a lot of biblical names in that family, which I think is a really interesting touch. You've got Cain, you've got Charity, Patience, Josiah, I think is one.
Marlon.
Yes, it's I mean,
I don't know.
There might be.
I very much doubt it.
The Lost Disciple.
I've got a biblical name. So are you?
Yes, Benjamin. Yes. It's I have a very Jewish name. Benjamin Nathan.
Makes sense.
Oy vey.
makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? For you to have a really Jewish name.
Oh no.
We all know about how your schmeckle got clipped
Well, no, it did
back in
not.
the day.
No, it did not.
Did it not? Oh, I thought it did.
No.
Oh, what's going on down there then?
Well, everybody's is different, Jordan.
I'm not saying it. I don't know what's going on. I'm talking shit.
Well, there's no point criticising me.
You mentioned Bernie Getz.
Yes, the subway shooter.
Yeah, I
and
had to read into that, and that's very weird, isn't it?
there's a great Netflix documentary called Trial by Media, and his is the first episode, or the second episode, I think. And it's
okay.
great, because it's so twisty and turny. If you don't know anything about it, you think it's one story, and then it becomes another. And but it's very interesting, and everybody's got different motives for getting into this case and all sorts. But it's very interesting.
Princess Grace Kelly.
Princess Grace of Monaco died in a car crash. Another connection.
Yeah. Well, again, I tried to tactfully pick the names that I was putting out at a time.
Yeah.
So that you weren't forced too much in any. Oh, I'm stuck.
Didn't help, did it?
Pardon?
Didn't help, did it?
No, I'm stuck. I can't move.
Go into.
I'm in idle mode. It's not working.
Well, then you're just gonna have to wait there.
Who's gonna heal someone? Jesus Christ. Obviously Harry Truman on the list.
Harry Truman,
First name
yes.
mentioned.
Doris Day.
Yep, second name mentioned. Then Johnny Ray.
Who's Johnny Ray? Singer.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Poor old Johnny Ray.
Sounds like a
He
singer.
sounded sad up on the radio. Moved 1,000,000 hearts in mono.
Well, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. I played this a billion times. I don't know where I'm going.
I'm a little out.
Oh, there's a witch right there.
I'm not 100% sure where I'm going, but that's because I got walked to where everyone else is. Oh, you've led it to me! Run then!
I tried to evade her. I failed.
Oy vey.
Hey.
Yeah, Johnny Ray. Joe DiMaggio. Obviously,
Former husband
baseball
of
player.
Marilyn Monroe. Beat her terribly. Another domestic abuse link.
Yeah. Mind you, it was the era, wasn't it? Sort of.
Oh, it was what you did.
Anyway, Sally Ride.
She's the first woman in space. American astronaut.
You've got Sergei Prokofiev.
Ballet dancer. I don't know. Who was he?
Russian. I can't remember.
Russian chappie.
I got the page open still. Where's this? So it's going to supposedly it's Nelson Rockefeller.
Oh, Nelson Rockefeller was Gerald Ford's vice president.
But because he's... Sorry, no, not Nelson.
His son who went missing.
Billy Joel said that Nelson was mentioned, but he's the one person whose event didn't happen in the period of time that the rest of the events in the verse fit in with.
I feel like Nelson Rockefeller also ran for president at one point.
Probably. He was he was a governor of New York State.
Yes, he was.
But no, you've got...
His son went missing and got eaten by cannibals.
You've got Winthrop and John D. Rockefeller III. Also.
I'm pretty sure he got nommed on by cannibals.
Who didn't?
Chance would be a fine thing.
Yeah.
A fine
you got
thing.
Zoo Online.
Who?
Exactly.
Who?
Person. Zoo Online.
Probably. Oh, what was that? The little Vietnamese girl who got napalmed.
Premier of the People's Republic of China who survived an assassination attempt.
Close enough.
Okay. You got Charles Starkweather.
Oh, so, yes, the Starkweather homicides.
Got
He and his girlfriend. What was his girlfriend's name? I can't remember.
Don't know.
They travelled around the country and they killed an awful lot of people. Famous, like Bonnie and Clyde, only pedophilic.
Naturally.
Natural born killers as well.
What have they mentioned in that?
Well, they're the inspiration for natural born killers.
No, I've not. Buddy Holly was on the list.
Buddy Holly died in a plane crash, Big Bopper.
Yep. Quite a few famous musicians have died in plane crashes.
Yes.
Obviously, you got everyone that was involved in that, and there was quite a lot of people involved in that one. But also the Led Zeppelin incident. Do you know much about the Led Zeppelin plane crash?
I believe so. I think it was a plane crash that occurred like in a farm, and didn't one of them get shot? Or is that something else? I have vague recollections of a band in a plane crash and then landing on a farm, and somebody, like the farmer, panicked and shot one of them or something.
Very possibly. I know that it was their own fault.
Yeah, again,
Because
vague recollections of something like that.
They quote buzzed the tour bus
Oh, that'll do it.
and they were a bit too low,
Yeah.
and it went a bit pear shaped. Which is just, there's that lovely bit in Con Air where they're all dancing
Yes.
and singing to Sweet Home Alabama, and Steve Buscemi points out the irony.
Yes.
There's Chubby Checker.
Chubby Checker, famous for the twist.
Yep. And Thomas Edward Lawrence.
Remind me.
He was Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, right. Old Larry Olivier. Of Arabia. I'm so sick. Yes, he was. Played famously by Peter O'Toole.
That's correct.
In the film of the same name.
You mentioned Eisenhower. Yeah. Trying to see if there's anyone else on this list who's worth mentioning at this point. I'm gonna go through them all.
Okay.
So you got Sugar Ray Robinson,
Singer.
the boxer. No, I'm thinking someone else.
Oh, boxer.
Rocky Marciano,
Boxer.
George Santayana,
No.
philosopher. You got
Unemployed, basically. Unemployed.
Georgy Melenkov.
Georgie. He was a Soviet. He was a... Bless his little cotton socks.
Gamal Abdel Nasser.
Yep.
Roy Campanella.
I want to say mobster, but that may just
Probably.
be racism.
Yeah, probably is.
He's an Italian, of course he's up to no good.
Roy Cohn and War Perone.
Roy Cohn was big in politics, in Republican politics, an awful human being.
Who isn't?
Helped Reagan out, so, that'll sell it.
Reagan also made the list for a while.
Yes. Famously Satan, along with his wife, Nancy, who... do you remember on Twitter a while back there was a thing when Nancy Reagan's biographer revealed that Nancy Reagan had been regarded very highly for her oral sex skills back when she was an actress.
I vaguely.
She gave the best head on the studio lot by all accounts. So, which meant that Nancy Reagan throat goat started trending for a while.
Typical.
So I bet she would have hated that.
What that implies is, I'm assuming Reagan was definitely after Kennedy, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Reagan ran.
So maybe.
Reagan was a big Republican star in like the 60s and 70s, and he ran for the nomination against Gerald Ford, but lost. And of course, he then came back and became president, and he was governor of California as well. But he was a big star in his day and helped Barry Goldwater, who was fucking nuts and wanted to nuke Russia when he ran for president.
I'm thinking maybe Clinton isn't the first president to have had a blowjob in the Oval Office.
No, he's not. Warren G. Harding. Although, frankly, it could have been any of them. Warren G. Harding had a mistress while he was in the White House.
Okay.
I can't remember her name, but he used to bang her in cupboards, which was fancy of him. And apparently he had an illegitimate child with her, and the family always denied it. They were very protective of his legacy. He wouldn't do that. And then DNA testing came out sometime later, and it proved it. Warren G. Harding had, been shafting some lady in a cupboard.
Yeah. We've got Menachem Begin.
Yeah, not a clue.
Yep. I can't remember, and I can't be able to find him on the list. Arturo Toscanini, again, same. Boris Pasternak and Mickey Mantle.
No.
Mickey Mantle was baseball, I know that much.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
I've only got a few more, so before we run through, we've got Syngman Rhee, Adolf Eichmann, and finally Sonny Liston and Floyd Patterson.
Boxers again. Okay, lovely stuff.
So yes, we have been through all the people that are mentioned in We Didn't Start the Fire. Congratulations for getting the connection.
That's all right. Thank you very much. It was a good idea and it was well executed.
Much like most of the people on that list.
Yes.
By the CIA.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I want to call Adolf Eichmann a good idea.
I can't remember what he did.
He was a Nazi.
Oh yes,
A
of
very
course it was.
high-profile Nazi who fled to South America and then was brought back by Israelis.
What's
Alright, come on,
interesting
let's
is
just do.
I did read about a handful of these people, and he was one of the ones I read about, but I just couldn't remember because there's quite a lot of people.
Yeah, there is.
If
No,
you count the Beatles as individual people, there are 7 people on the list.
oh, for Christ alive, I got stuck.
I'm gonna just run because it's not
Yeah,
gonna be
do
really
it, do
fast.
it.
This is not a good time to not have a melee.
Oh God, you set fire behind you. Fuck it, go,
Well, I
go,
thought
go,
you were
go,
all
go.
condemned.
Not quite. If I can get through this cold, I can get through anything.
Right, I have survived.
Bully for you.
Much like Gloria Gaynor.
Yes. Now sadly dead. Is she? I don't know.
I don't know, but
Save
I know that
me.
what's her name who did the Flash Dance?
Yes, Irene Adler. Not Irene Adler, that's the Sherlock Holmes villain.
Irene Cara.
Yes. Help me,
Here.
you morons.
I think I'm gonna heal up.
Good for
That one
you.
of
Save
these
me.
outfits.
I'm so close. I'm so close. Save me. Oh, Lewis is down. Come on, Francis, you can do
Francis
it.
is on his way.
You can do it, Francis.
This is how I've had my stats, by the way. Oh, fucking hell.
Let me in.
Open that. Get in!
I've got black and white. I can't get in. Close the door and cover my ass.
Covering your ass.
Thank you. I dread to think what in, but fuck you.
I did a runner. There's an achievement for completing this level without taking any damage.
Is it really? Have you got it?
Nope.
No.
And I cheated to try and get it, and I still didn't get it.
How did you cheat?
I've got a thing. I've got like a bit of software.
Makes everything one health.
Well, that's one thing, but also it makes it so that you have infinite health.
Right.
Like it's permanently on 999. Even that
Well, presumably it counts every hit rather
must
than
have done.
every bit of damage.
Yeah. It also allows you to adjust your jump height, so it is possible to set your jump height so high that you die when you
Land.
land, which is interesting and amusing.
Oh,
Tickled. Oh God, where is he?
I'll get him.
High vid zombies. Lovely stuff. I didn't know there was a one of them in here. You got him yet?
Come on.
I made a makeshift draft excluder today.
Exciting.
Ah, I like my day. That and putting up a curtain pole.
Where'd you put it up?
Put a curtain pole
Uh,
in my boy's room because he had like a makeshift curtain, but we still have a proper curtain for after flat. So I hadn't put his pole up yet. But
well,
I don't know
could he
about
sleep with the light coming through, poor kid?
no, I mean it's no because of where he's facing. It wasn't really.
Well, what has he been? How has he been managing for the past little while?
We've had a thing up, like a sort of sheet.
A blackout screen, like in the war.
He was wearing a blindfold. Why is it all 3 of you climbed up on there?
Yeah.
Also, I've not got a throwable. Have you got a throwable?
No.
I've not seen any around here.
Well, in fairness, I ain't been looking, but
Oh, that was a nice explosion. This is a good gun. I like this gun. It's a noisy gun. Careful, there's a jockey around.
Oh, I found him. Hello. Goodbye. It looks like that
That's
guy
a Beatles
in...
song.
What?
That's a Beatles song. Hello, goodbye.
Well...
Hello, hello. I'll tell you a Beatles song I quite like.
Yeah?
And I don't like the Beatles version of it.
Well, I don't care much for the Beatles either, but we've already discussed how you think they're the worst thing to happen to music.
I never said that.
You said they were awful and you hated them, and anybody who liked them was an idiot.
I don't remember that.
Well, I got it on video, mate, so...
Nah, I don't recall using those exact words. I think you must be paraphrasing
Yes.
and exaggerating.
Me? Exaggerate? I've literally never exaggerated in all my life.
I quite like The Benefit of Mr. Kite,
Oh, right.
but I quite like the Eddie Izzard version that was in a film, and I can't remember what the film was called. I think it's Across the Universe or something like that. And it's entertaining. To me, at least. I think it's a half decent song. Very much a trip, as it were, lyrically.
There's a Mr. Tank coming.
Yeah.
I'm proud of myself for doing this tonight. Like, genuinely. I know it seems like such a small thing, but I really don't feel very well and probably would be better off in bed. But I'm committed to this, and if it was the other way around, I'd be disappointed if you didn't show up. So,
Oh, wow.
what?
And that just goes to show, doesn't it? Because, like, I was like, you know, if you're not well, it's fine. We can not do it. I even offered this possibility of maybe doing it tomorrow, seeing as, or I would have done if you'd been.
Well, you should have asked. You have a standing arrangement with your lady friend.
Ah, well, you see, that's the thing. This particular week, it's not the way it is.
Oh, right. Is she?
Coming over on. She wanted to go to the pub because she's not been to the pub for a while, and I'm not feeling going to the pub.
Okay.
To meet a group of people that we would normally meet. So I'm saying no. And she is therefore instead on Saturday.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
So
Maybe we do another one of these tomorrow. You've gone quiet, like you couldn't give a shit anymore.
No, we absolutely can.
Well, I enjoy these.
I would at some point quite like to show you my place on Pixelmon that I've updated.
Oh, yeah.
I made my arena better, didn't
That's
I?
right. Well, we'll have to see.
Even if we don't record something.
If we do a pic, well, I don't know whether you mentioned this on video, Jordan, but you did mention that there's another Pixelmon server that we could start right from the beginning. And it might be more engaging for the viewers. And I thought, I don't want to fucking do that because it's just going to end up basically the same way. And it occurred to me, why don't we make it more interesting and do a mono-type challenge?
Oh, okay.
We each select a type, and we can only use Pokemon of that type.
So it's going to be fire, grass, or
not necessarily.
Water, then, no, because the starters are all that, aren't they?
Yes, fire, grass, water, obviously, but also poison, flying, fighting, ground.
Okay.
Steel.
No. But if we add starters, how are we going to handle that?
Well, if it evolves into that type, you're fine.
Okay, so
I'm not gonna
get a Charmander because Charmander evolves into eventually Charizard.
Yes, and you could. Type. Yes, I will count that. It's like I would count Gyarados for that because Gyarados is inexplicably flying type. Might be kind of fun.
Okay, one condition.
What?
We only are ever allowed 6 Pokemon. We cap at 6. If we grab something new, we have to, and we've already got 6. We have to replace something.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. What is your logic? Help me. Help your friend.
I'm on my way. Well, my logic is it limits us a bit further, doesn't it? It's like we have to really think about what we're doing.
And then I guess you would want us to release what we've caught then. Oh no, can I make it in? Can I make it in? Can I make it in? I can. That's not fair.
Hang on. Obviously this would be in the different server, right?
Yeah.
So we'd only release it if it was if we didn't want to keep the thing that we. Oh, you've killed it, yeah. Okay.
Well, the tank, yes.
I don't know.
You big
We'll line
Jesse.
out the details.
Well, I don't
was
see why
shooting
we.
it from outside.
You can keep it in the PC box, but you can only get Pokemon of your chosen type.
Okay. I
And my
had
suggestion-
I stayed outside the plane shooting the tank because I didn't want to get in
yeah.
and just all fly away and you be incapacitated.
Well, I would have survived.
I didn't want you to bleed out in the plane.
Uh,
Oh, I can cross all these things up.
well, another caveat I would say is that we're not allowed to reveal what we're using until the night itself.
I would say maybe we don't reveal what we're using until after we've had our first fight.
Yes, fair enough. Because otherwise,
So
we
go our own separate ways.
if you use flying, I'm probably going to go in with.
Electric.
Well, I don't. Well,
Well, ground rock, isn't it?
I don't think there are any rock starters. But even then, I could get a starter. We could do a clause where you get a starter and then you just catch something straight away that's of your type. But I think it's a bit easier if you don't do that.
I agree. It's going to be really awkward if. We
Oh,
don't get
jeez,
something that
Jordan,
can
look at
fly.
you.
I spent a lot of time reading from this list.
Well, I spent a lot of time dying, but you don't hear me complaining about, do you?
You did take a hell of a lot of damage.
Oh. Well, this has been fun. We'll see you in the next one, viewers.
Yes. Adios.
Bye.